Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Puppet, and first of all, if you're wondering why I'm recording in my car, it's because I'm on my lunch break. I'm at work, so I have 1 hour and I thought it would be the perfect moment to record. So let's just jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking about a book review, and the book will be The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Now, I usually would not have picked up this book on my own if I didn't know who the author was, but I had read Gods of Jade and Shadow and Mexican Gothic, and I enjoyed those books. So I picked it up, and I am so glad I did because I love this book. But let me tell you guys what it's about. It's about a girl named Nina, and she has telekinetic powers, and she lives in this town, but her really rich cousin lives in the city, and he invites her over for the grand season to find a man who will court her. So she goes to the city and she stays with her rich cousin and his wife named Valerie. And these are society's noble elites or something. And she ends up meeting a guy named Hector, and he also has telekinetic powers, so that's how they bond. And Nina falls in love with Hector, but the thing is that Hector is in love with Valerie, who is Nina's cousin's wife, and Nina doesn't know this. So that's the premise of this book, and I just loved this book so much. I loved all the characters. Nina is this girl who's considered strange, naive. She's too young to know better. And she's very optimistic. And we have Hector, who is a guy who, for a living, he does magic tricks, even though he has telekinetic powers, and I guess people know this. And he's very passionate. He has a lot of feelings, but he also does not show it externally. So he just has feelings on the inside, okay? And he's passions and everything, but he's quiet on the outside. And we have Valerie, who is very cunning, strategic. She is that type of girl who walks into a room and everyone will turn their head. She is the talk of the party, but she's really cold and can be really cruel. And I really like the story. I believe it takes place, I think like 1900s. It's back when they had carriages and like a motor car was being built. And it's very interesting. I really loved it. I'm going to give this book a 4.5 out of 5. And the reason why I'm not giving it a 5 stars is because I really didn't think the story needed telekinetic powers. I didn't think Nina needed them. I don't think Hector needed telekinetic powers. Because here's the thing. Nobody really has a reaction to them having these powers. Because it is mentioned, this is not a spoiler or anything, but it is mentioned that Hector was in a magazine about him having telekinetic powers, so people know he has telekinetic powers and he does magic tricks as a living. And then, but no one like seems fazed by it, like, oh my god, that man has powers. No. And then Nina, she does this one thing where she's pouring herself a drink using her powers in front of the maids, but the maids never talk about it. They just have no reaction. And then there's this one time where she was a part. These are not spoilers, okay? There's this one time Nina was in a party and she does something with her powers, and literally only 2 people reacted, and this is what they said. So they saw Nina using her powers, and one of them was like, oh, interesting. And the other one said, oh, nice. That's it. Nobody questions her. Nobody's like, oh my god, how do you do that? You have powers? Like, can you show me it? Something, you know? Or nobody says, oh my god, a witch. And besides in her village, but other than that, nobody reacts to it. As if, not even her family, not her friends, well, not her friends, she doesn't really have friends. Hector's friends, like nobody reacts. It's like, it's super common, people have powers, but it's not, because you don't meet other people like that. But anyway, so, but it wasn't a big deal for me to say, oh, that's really dumb, I'm gonna put the book down. Like, no, it was manageable, and it was good. The pacing in this book was pretty good too, because in some books they just kind of like force the characters to be together and then force this romance and chemistry and them bonding, and it doesn't feel like that in this book. It's very well, they actually genuinely connect and engage with one another, and you feel the chemistry. Like when it is a bit slow, they're walking and they're doing something and they're talking, it's because it's essential to build that chemistry and relationship or bond with each other, and you get to know more about the characters and their backgrounds, because most of these characters, the main three characters, Valerie, Hector, and Nina, they have really good, well thought out backgrounds. It's not like really vague, like, oh, you know, we're just gonna say this person's this way because something happened in childhood. Like, no, it tells you like this is what happened, they talk about it, or whether it's from their point of view. You can see this person's actions through what they were raised to be or do, and it's really good. I highly recommend this book. I loved it. As soon as I finished it, I wanted to reread it again, and this is probably one of my now most favorite books that I have read throughout the year, and one of my favorite books that I've ever read. It was very enjoyable. The characters I loved. Besides the telekinetic power thing, I'm okay with the book. It's really good. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope I have encouraged you to pick up this book. And if you do, or if you read it, please let me know what your thoughts about it were, and I'll see you soon.